First tweet.
All right.
Took the CDL by storm and never looked back. Thank you for representing Optic well, and we wish you the best. At Daniel Ghosty. I mean, where do we start with Daniel, man?
So Dan and Kyler get released at the same time.
Yep.
We can speak individually on both. I mean, starting off with Ghosty.
Should we pull up stats?
I think we know what Dan did for the roster. I think his comms were probably the biggest highlight when it comes to what he did for that roster. I feel like when you have a player like Dan.
Yeah, I mean, what can we say about Daniel, man? I mean, Daniel came in, first rookie that, I mean, is it the first rookie that Optics ever picked up? It is, right? Like first, like, obviously,
It's gotta be, right?
Besides like me back in the day, I guess I wasn't a rookie.
Yeah,
was I? Yeah, I wasn't a rookie. I mean, he was an integral part in the lineup, and I think that's why people are pretty upset right now, man. I think people are pretty upset because they heard his comms. They saw what he was doing for the team. Obviously, they turn things around whenever Dan comes into the roster. He's a big part of the roster's in.
So I'm gonna speak because I did it before you got on. I'm gonna speak generally about roster mania. So this one obviously sucks, especially when like a big the biggest team makes changes.
And I will say,
like, you get to go ahead.
I do want to say one thing. I'm sorry to cut you off just because I don't want to forget the thought, but I think Dan played the best on our team at champs.
I agree, 100%. I said that. I said I would give 100%. Dan played the best at champs.
Dan played the best on our team at champs.
I think when it comes to roster mania, I think what it comes down to is long term. Dan played incredible. Dan was incredible. The thing with roster mania is certain players will only become available once in a blue moon, and this is the first time we're seeing players on Thieves becoming unrestricted, players on Seattle becoming unrestricted. So let's just talk bluntly about some of the options.
Yeah, so
right?
this roster mania is really different, I feel like.
Like you have actual serious players on the market, and you also have to think of it in the way of you can't let other teams form super teams. So not only are you thinking about building your own good team, you're also doing everything possible to make sure a team like I don't know, FaZe doesn't go build a super team, or Toronto doesn't build a super team. Like,
there are going to be super teams this year. I don't think people really realize there are going to be literal God squads formed this year.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be like the first year in the CDL that we're going to see like legitimate God squads being formed.